Bungle. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you are having a great day. Today we are going over the Ki-61 Hei. I'm going to refer to as a Ki-61 for the purpose of this review. So diving down to an overview, maybe asking yourself, Bungle, what is this aircraft that we're reviewing today? Well, this is a premium aircraft, a premium fighter for the Pacific campaign for Japan. That's going to cost you roughly 4,550 enlisted gold, or roughly 50 bucks. Now diving down to the performance, the real question is, Bungle, what is a Ki-61? What does it bring to the table? Well, talking about its armaments right away, it gets 2 times 100 kilogram Army Type 94 JPHE bombs. These bombs are really good at actually taking out enemy tanks, enemy vehicles. When it comes to dealing with enemy infantry, it's okay. It's not as great as, let's say, other bombs in Enlisted, but overall it's okay. You'll get kind of up to 4 kills, like a multi-kills, when you're dealing with enemy infantry. When we talk about its primary armaments, however, it gets 2 times 20mm MG151 cannons with 240 rounds, and then it also gets 2 times 12.7mm O-103 machine guns, totaling 800 rounds. When we talk about the machine guns and the cannon performance, these are great at dealing with enemy aircraft. This is arguably the best fighter next to the Zero in the Pacific campaign when it deals with enemy fighters. Unlike the Boomerang, which Boomerang in my opinion is a good multi-role aircraft, the Ki-61 is pretty much a really dedicated fighter. It is great at dealing with enemy aircraft. When it comes with enemy bombers, however, it's kind of weird. It's probably because the A-20G is actually modeled to be kind of tanky compared to, let's say, the Japanese bombers like the J4M or whatever. For whatever reason, the A-20Gs can take a beating when you're trying to go and intercept them, and it's kind of frustrating because the way the Ki-61 is, being a Japanese aircraft, being hit with constant 50 caliber rounds, typically will shred this aircraft apart. When it comes to taking damage, the damage model on this aircraft is kind of wonky. You can get hit by anti-aircraft rounds as well as 50 cals from a half-track, and for whatever reason it won't really tear your aircraft apart. But when you're dealing with intercepting enemy bombers, especially A-20Gs, for whatever reason the 50 cals from those bombers will actually shred your aircraft apart. So I don't know why it's like that way, but it currently is, and it's kind of frustrating, especially when you're trying to shoot down some A-20Gs and they're kind of tanky and they're shredding your aircraft apart. It's just like, okay, that's great. But when we talk about maneuverability though on this aircraft, it's very, very agile, very quick. It's very fast. It can definitely outturn any allied aircraft in the game. It is very, very competitive as a fighter. When we talk about roles though, being like a bomber or being a bomber interceptor, that's when it kind of drops the ball a little bit. It's not really that competitive. So diving down to, is it worth it, Bungle? Is it worth picking up? In my opinion, comparing it to the Boomerang, where the Boomerang is pretty much a dedicated multi-role aircraft, a jack of all trades, master of none, the Ki-61 is primarily going to be great at giving air superiority for your team. When it comes to dealing with Dauntlesses attacking you, when it deals with Wildcats if they're in the air, giving that air superiority for your team is going to help you with that. But when it comes to intercepting enemy bombers, and this is kind of why I think the A-20G might be a little bugged currently, for whatever reason it will struggle against trying to take out A-20Gs. Not from its armament, I would just say that the A-20G is modeled to be very, very tanky, alongside the 50 cals are kind of stronger, whereas the Japanese version is a total joke. I mean, if you're intercepting it with a Boomerang or a Wildcat or whatever, you easily shred the bombers, no problem. But for whatever reason here, the A-20Gs are just tanky, and they got 50 cals as a deterrent, right? So they'll be able to kind of defend themselves from you. That's kind of one of the drawbacks I see with the Ki-61. Also, its bomb performance, it's okay. It's, like I said, very good at taking out marked tanks, half tracks. When it comes to dealing with enemy infantry and getting like multi-kills like you would with a Boomerang, on the other hand, you really aren't going to see that type of performance. At most, you'll probably get 4 multi-kills, killing 4 soldiers in 1 bomb run. Nothing really amazing. You can do that way better with other aircraft, especially in Enlisted. So that's kind of my thoughts on this. I would wait for this as a sale currently. I would also probably look at seeing maybe the A-20G also getting reworked with its damage model, because definitely I feel it's kind of bugged compared to a lot of other bombers in Enlisted, especially the Japanese bombers. I mean, the Japanese bombers are a joke. They get totally, you can sneeze at them and they'll tear apart. But that's kind of the problem I see with the Ki-61. It is a good quality of life upgrade if you want to go total whale mode and pick up this aircraft and use it just to shoot down bombers and, you know, take out fighters and everything like that, because you'll get that allocate of, you know, being best fighter, and you get that premium bonus if you manage to shoot down a couple bombers. Like I say, good luck with it, just because the A-20Gs are kind of tanky right now. That's my only other argument, maybe going total whale mode to go expedite your grind. But comparing to the Boomerang, I feel like the Boomerang is a better choice of the two premium aircraft currently in the Pacific campaign. But let me know your thoughts down below. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.